8:30 in Nigeria, it's 9:30 in Cairo, and it's, I think, 11:30 in the Gulf, but you know what time it is. It's time for Viewers Pulse. Give us a call live at 002-0238-555-248 or 9. That's, of course, 002 if you're calling from outside of sunny Egypt, where we are broadcasting live right now. Give me an email as well, pulse@huda.tv. I always email you guys back, you know it. So give me an email and let me know your thoughts, opinions, and feedback concerning Huda TV. Don't forget the facebook.com/Huda TV. Share it with your Muslim and non-Muslim friends and get Huda TV going all around the world. I'm joined by a dear friend of mine. I've been trying to get him on the program for a long, long time. We finally coordinated it. You've seen him on Let's Talk before. He's all over here from the United States, now based in the Middle East. Brother Abu Abdurrahman Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, brother, so much for joining me on Viewers Pulse. And like I said, this program really is about Viewers Pulse, letting our viewers give us their thoughts and feedback and opinions about what they'd like to see on the channel and why, what kind of programs, what kind of scholars. And we also like to interview interesting people like yourself and introduce them to the viewers as well, because this is Viewers Pulse. So, brother, if you could start off by telling me a little bit about yourself, where you come from originally, what part of the States are you from, etc.
I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. And I moved from Michigan to Ohio. And I attended not only the Ohio State University, but University of Cincinnati.
University of Cincinnati is the Bearcats?
Yeah, the
okay,
Bearcats.
Cool. Okay, go. Yeah.
Go Bearcats. And from Cincinnati, I moved to Columbus.
But you finished your school in Cincinnati or in Columbus?
No.
Okay, cool. What'd you major in? I'm sorry.
Criminal justice.
Oh, great. MashaAllah.
No, criminal justice. Prior to going to college, I went to the military. And I spent 4 years in Germany.
Oh, subhanAllah. Interesting.
No, I spent 4 years in Germany, and then I was deployed to Iraq for a while.
Brother, so, you never told me about that. It's very interesting. Okay.
No.
Okay, so tell me, why did you join the military? What type of work did you do in the military? What did you do in Germany? Where were you stationed? And explain all this.
I was stationed in Frankfurt, which is one of the major cities in Germany. The job, I was military police. Why I joined the military? Well, I joined the military because my father gave me a few options when I was maybe 16 or 17. He said, here are your options. He said, you can live here in the house if you go to school, meaning college, when you're finished with high school. He says, but you must maintain a C average. If you do that, you can stay here for free. He says, or you can work. He says, if you work, then you're going to have to help pay bills here. He says, you can join the military like I did. He said, or you can live on the driveway. When you turn 18, you have to make a choice.
That's a good scholar, good wisdom.
He pushed me in a direction that, you know, I had to do something. I couldn't just turn 18, graduate from high school, and sit at home and do nothing like, you know, some other
many
people
of us have done. Yeah.
Right. So I joined the military.
Okay, so that was so after you joined the military, you went to college, or after that?
After the military. I did 4 years in the military, lived in Europe, traveled all over the place.
MashaAllah.
And then, like I said, I was deployed to Iraq for a while, and I was in the north in Iraq between the Iraqis and the Kurds when they were fighting.
SubhanAllah.
And we were in between them to separate them, to keep them from killing each other.
Oh, SubhanAllah. Brother, when you were in Germany, you had no idea or thought about Islam at that time?
Actually, Germany is where I became Muslim.
Oh, SubhanAllah.
Maybe 2 months prior to being deployed.
Wow.
So it was in Iraq that I learned how to make salah. It was in Iraq the first time I heard the adhan.
That's amazing, brother.
Alhamdulillah.
So you're an American soldier based in Frankfurt. What on earth would it compel you to embrace Islam when all your friends or co-workers or other soldiers are probably out there, you know, doing all the stuff that they do in Germany? What pushed you towards Islam? Did you meet an influential person, or what? I mean, what happened in your life?
No, there was a brother. His name is Gary Davis, and you know, when you're in the military, there's not much to do but drink alcohol.
Go look for girls.
Let's be honest. Women. Yeah, I mean that's you know, women, nightclubs, partying, you know, this type of thing. And you know, I feel like when you are in the eye of a storm, you don't see the destruction that's going on around you, because inside the eye of the storm is peaceful. So you know, I was having a good life, or so I thought. Well, Allah, I feel like He just pulled me back and said, okay, now take a look at what's really going on. And, you know, I had a friend of mine, his kidney gave out on him because he was drinking so much. Another one, you know, his marriage was falling apart. Another guy, you know, we were all close buddies.
And these guys are relatively young, probably in their 20s, right?
all in our 20s, 19, 20, 21, 22. Always getting in trouble for fighting, because when he drinks, he gets violent. So it was always trouble. But, you know, Allah pulled me back before that trouble hit me and let me see it. And, you know, I said, you know, I don't know where I'm supposed to be or what I'm supposed to be doing, but I know this lifestyle is going to end up being the death of me. So I prayed, and I said, you know, just take me, guide me wherever I'm supposed to be. The next day, I met a Muslim.
When you said you prayed, you just prayed as you knew how, just put your hands in the air or together,
You know, because I was a Christian, but, you know, I was like most Christians. I don't want to generalize and say all Christians, but I was like many Christians. I was Christian in name, but not so much I was a hardcore practicer. You know, I believed in the Bible, and I believed Jesus was God at that time, and, you know, so on and so forth. But it was that next day that I met this Muslim. And this brother, man, mashallah, he didn't drink, didn't smoke, no women. And you know, I would remember he was still personable. He could still hang out with the soldiers. Right. And when we would begin to do the things that we shouldn't be doing, this guy always just disappeared. And you'd look around and you say, wait a minute, he was just here. Where'd he go? He wouldn't make a production out of leaving. You guys are wrong, and da-da-da. He would just, you know, so after a while it started to, what's going on with this guy? Right. What's up with him? Why is he, you know, is he weird? You know, what's going on with him? And I got to know him a little better and found out he was a Muslim. And he said, you know, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't chase women, I don't do this, I don't do that. And I'm like, what? No women, no alcohol, what do you know?
It's part of our life as Westerners.
But he, you know, gave me a few books to read and you know, things like this. And
what books? Do you remember the book titles?
Well, to be honest, man, being African American, for us, a lot of times our journey begins with Malcolm X. And I'm right there with everyone else. Started with Malcolm X, and you know, I read the
autobiography written by Alex Haley.
Yes.
I think even for all the Muslims in America, especially African American Muslims, but even myself, I read that book.
And that book is about this thick.
And it's interesting.
It's a big boy.
It's very, it's a fascinating book. But go ahead,
And, you know, I read the book, and then it was like book after book after book after book after book. I'm just, you know, it was like my brain opened up and, you know.
When you woke up.
Wow. And, you know, the drinking stopped and, you know, all these other things that I shouldn't have been doing just really, you know, it was like it slowed down until it stopped.
MashaAllah.
And, I mean, it was a process, you know. It wasn't like instant, boom, you know. It was a process, but I mean, it was something that obviously I needed. And I mean, to this day, you know, I thank that brother. And we actually reconnected again on Facebook after about 20 years.
That's a good thing. One good thing about Facebook is this type of stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. We talk. He still lives in Germany.
MashaAllah.
He still lives in Germany.
Brother, when you began reading more and reading the autobiography of Malcolm X and reading Islamic books, what did the soldiers around you say? Because I imagine you have like roommates or whatever, and they see you, what's going on with this guy? Why is he changing?
Yeah, you know, one thing that I learned, my first life lesson in reference to Islam and the military, as long as you're drunk and acting crazy, they can control you. They know where your mind is, they know, but as soon as you stop, and you begin to use your intellect, and I'm not saying revolting against them, and you know, but they don't know how to take you. I stopped drinking. Myself and a few other brothers, we began to read, and you know, we would hang out together, and we wouldn't do what everyone else was doing. Then, you know, our commanding officer, well, what are you guys doing? And they threatened us with all kinds of sanctions and, you know, things like this because they didn't know how to deal with us.
Right.
You know, there's a fraternization policy in the military that if you are a certain rank or if you're an officer, then you don't hang out or you're not friends with someone of lower rank. Well, these sergeants would have, you know, football parties and barbecues and things like this, and everyone would go, and it was never an issue. But when the brothers sort of broke away from that and began to hang out with this other brother,
Gary.
who was a higher rank than us, then all of a sudden it became an issue, fraternization, and they wanted to, you know, take rank from us, and you know.
At that point, we have to take a short break, but briefly, at that point, you hadn't become Muslim yet. You were getting into it though, but you hadn't actually taken the Shahada yet.
I don't think I'd become Muslim yet.
But you were leaning that way.
But the ball was rolling.
Okay.
The ball was definitely rolling.
We're going to take a short break, but before we do, I want to share something with you. After I graduated college, I also wanted to join, I thought about joining the military. I thought, okay, I can join the military, take some money, go back to school or whatever, what have you. So I signed the paper and everything. I went to take the physical exam to join the Navy. I'll never forget this moment. We're sitting there in the office there, and there's a bunch of Marines and Army soldiers and whatever, and they have a TV on, and we're waiting to do our physical exam. And the news comes on CNN, and it shows 4 Marines that were on trial for breaking into a house in Iraq and killing the civilians. And I'll never forget, the staff sergeant from the Marine walked out and turned off the TV. And I said to myself, the whole time I kept saying to myself, I don't know if I can become Muslim. I mean, become a U.S. Army officer because of a soldier because of what's going on.
Right.
I wasn't even Muslim at that time. But when I saw that, I said, no way, I can't do it. SubhanAllah. We have Brother Muhammad from Kenya. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Muhammad. I'm sorry, Brother Muhammad, we dropped the call. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back, so stay tuned. This episode, we always post a question for our viewers to answer you guys on facebook.com/HudaTV. So stay tuned, and we will be reading those comments. We're back with Brother Abu Abdul Rahman. Brother, you were talking about your time in Germany in the military, and the ball was rolling. You were reading books, you're learning about Islam, and you're just getting there to take your Shahada at this point. So what happens now? You deploy to Germany. What happened to your old friends, Gary Davis, all the other guys in your group, when you deployed to Germany? They broke you apart?
You mean when we deployed to?
Iraq.
Iraq. No, my whole unit went.
Oh, okay.
All of us went. You know, my experience in Iraq was more of a learning experience than more of an opportunity to go shoot up a bunch of people. It was a learning experience.
Right.
You know, for me it was. You know, again, hearing the adhan 5 times a day, and I remember some of the soldiers hearing it, oh, not that again, oh, I get tired, you know, and they put their hands over their ears, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm listening to it because I love it, you know. Yeah. I remember some of the Iraqi men, because we had a base, and there were Iraqi men who were allowed to come on base. They had security clearance. They could come on, they could work, they would clean up, basic things like that. But at night, they would come and get myself and another brother and take us to a house that was on the post, and they would read Quran for us by candlelight.
Brother, we're going to take this phone call real quickly. I want to get back to the story because it's really interesting. We have a brother from Mauritania, I believe. Brother Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Muhammad. Go ahead, brother. Thank you for calling.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Hey, alaikum salam, brother. Thanks for calling, brother. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I see you right now in the television.
Barakallahu feek, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you?
Brother, I'm doing great. Thank you for calling. I certainly appreciate it. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, but I don't Muslim. I love Muslim. I want to be Muslim. I come from my country.
Brother, would you like to make your Shahada right now? Would you like to become Muslim? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You would like to make your Shahada? So
but I don't have chance.
Sure,
from my family.
Okay, brother. So you just want to repeat after me as we say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Say it in Arabic.
Yeah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
Wa ashhadu Muhammad Rasulullah. Wa ashhadu Muhammad. Wa ashhadu Muhammad. Ashhadu anna la. Brother, if you can give us a call back. Brother, give us a call back. Wallahi, brother, give us a call back, brother. If you can give us a call back, that would be amazing. I certainly appreciate it. But he didn't complete Muhammad Rasulullah, did he?
No.
He didn't complete Muhammad Rasulullah. Brother, you have to give us a call back and complete Muhammad Rasulullah, because subhanAllah, the brothers in the control room told me to go back to the beginning, but I shouldn't have done that because it was too complicated for the brothers, the Arabic.
I think the connection maybe wasn't good.
Brother, give us a call back, inshallah.
Man.
In the meantime, you told me...
Touches my heart, though. I love
that. Wallahi, this happened once before, and the line cut 3 times, Yaki. We had a woman call us from the KSA, and the line cut 3 times. But they took the shahada in the control room, alhamdulillah, in the end.
Nah, inshallah, the brother called back, and we can get him.
Yeah, inshallah. Yeah,
the
let's get,
shahada,
brother,
nah.
give us a call back, inshallah. We're going to stay on the air until you call us back, inshallah. Let's go back to your story, because it's really interesting. These Iraqi brothers had clearance to be on the base.
Yes.
And they had a house where they slept in on base.
Yes.
So you would go at night and read Quran, and they would teach you to read Quran?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, tell us about that experience. By candlelight?
By candlelight. Wasn't a lot of power. Where we were located, there wasn't, you know, a lot of electricity. Everything was run by generators and things like this. And, you know, the brothers knew that we were Muslim, and they embraced us, you know. And eventually, the word sort of spread amongst the Iraqis and the Kurds that you had American soldiers who were Muslim. So I mean, they would, you know, bring us food. You know, they would take such good care of us that, you know, I do believe that the chain of command, the higher ups, began to look at us like, why are you getting the special treatment? What, you know, what's going on? You know, I had an experience one time where I was out with a squad of guys. It was 4 of us, and I was an M60 gunner, and that's the big machine gun on the top of the Humvees. Back in the day, they don't have the M60 anymore, but I remember I would ride up there for 12, 13, 14, 15 hours, and sometimes I would just get tired, and I'd say, look, I want to walk. So I got down, and I'm walking alongside my vehicle, and there was a boy that was running toward us. And this boy couldn't have been any older than maybe 10, maybe younger. And he had a big smile on his face, and he was running. And the sergeant that was with me told me to shoot him. He said, shoot him. And I said, what? He said, shoot him. You know, I guess he thought maybe he had explosives or something like this. But he just kept telling me to shoot this boy. So I raised my rifle, and I'm looking through the sights at this boy, and I'm looking right in his chest, and I could not pull the trigger because all I could see is him smiling and running. He was a pretty good distance away, and they're screaming at me to shoot this boy, and I couldn't shoot him. So finally he, you know, made his way to us. He grabs me by my uniform and he starts tugging me.
The staff sergeant?
No, the
boy.
The boy. He grabs me and starts motioning for us to follow him. So he takes off running the opposite direction. We're following behind him, and he runs into a door, and the door closes. It was a big black iron door. So we pull up, and we're like, okay, what is this? What's going on? So we're standing outside. We walk all the way around this building, and it's like a big wall that goes all the way around, and we couldn't see over it. So we go back to the door. We pull our weapons. We push the door open, and we go in, and we're pointing weapons at these people, and there was maybe 20 people sitting on the ground, and all of them had their hands in the air, and we're looking at them, and you know, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and it hit me. Look at all this food. Wait a minute, this kid was inviting us to come eat at his home. SubhanAllah. Now imagine if I had shot him. You know?
What did your soldiers and the staff sergeant say?
I just looked at him while we were eating, and I just kept looking at him. I kept, by that time I was Muslim. Before I deployed, so I was Muslim, and all I could do is just keep staring at this guy, and he face down. He couldn't even look up.
But at least he felt ashamed.
Yeah.
But brother, how did that affect you going there when the other guys, they just want to shoot kids and kill people? And I mean, they're human beings, and especially being Muslim as well.
Well, alhamdulillah, you know, Allah blessed me with staying out of situations that could have escalated to that point.
Yeah,
I didn't have to shoot anyone.
Yes.
And again, I wasn't looking for that situation where some of my colleagues, some of the guys in my unit, you know, they were like, hey, you know, when's the gunfight coming?
Right.
You know, they were really looking forward to it, some of them.
Right.
Some of them, I think, went a little, and they got shipped back to Germany.
Yeah,
you know, because of that. They were doing things like killing dogs.
Yeah, and we hear a lot of those stories, right, on the internet, and people going crazy and getting sent back to. But after, I mean, being Muslim in the military, did you feel the higher ups looked at you now like, okay, he's not one of us anymore, we don't trust him anymore?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you were willing to take that risk.
No. And you know, this was back, you know, now I think it's sort of common to have Muslims in the military. You have Muslim chaplains, you have Muslim, I believe some of them pray Salat al-Jumu'ah, things like this. But back then, there was none of that. It was just like, what do you mean you're Muslim? You know, I had it changed on my dog tags. Everyone gets dog tags with their name, their blood type, and their religion.
Wallahi.
Yeah, everybody has them in the military, and I had mine changed from Christian to Muslim.
Oh, so that, I mean, that was
Yeah.
a bold step, yeah.
Yeah.
But diet, as far as food concerned, you just have to eat what's available, right? Because they don't make any provisions for you.
Right, but I understood at that point, in my development, Muslims don't eat pork. We don't drink alcohol and,
Right, yeah.
these types of things. But as far as deeper issues of
Halal.
Aqidah and minhaj and things like that, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
It was again, it was a slow process,
Right.
getting to where I am now.
But now, I mean, in the end, after 4 years, you decided to get out. Why?
Well, I mean, we just left a Muslim country. And I told myself, I can't go to another Muslim country because I may not be as blessed next time. Next time I may have to shoot or get shot. Yeah. And I wasn't,
Prepared for that.
And also, especially back then, I think they've sort of weeded some of these people out, but some of the people in the military back then were not necessarily the brightest.
Right.
They weren't, I was in at a time when a person could get rank just because they had been in so long.
Right.
Not necessarily because they were intelligent or had college or,
right.
Anything like that. They'd been in for a long time and they were old soldier and they got rank and,
Right.
and I wanted college.
Yeah, okay. So you took that money and then you went back to school.
Oh, yeah, I got out of there.
Yeah, you did the right thing, brother.
No.
So, okay, now give us your advice, to other new Muslims, okay, or even non-practicing Muslims. Let us know, give us some advice as to maybe perhaps what books to read, or tell us about who your favorite scholars are, who your favorite shaykh are, and let us know a little bit about your Islamic development, I guess.
Some good books. I think that when we look at how the Prophet ﷺ taught the people, the first thing that he established in the people or with the people was Tawheed, teaching them that Allah is one. What exactly does that mean? How is Allah one? How do you implement this in your life? So I think the first thing that a Muslim should absolutely focus on is Tawheed, first and foremost, and get a grasp, not just a grasp, but a firm understanding, a good understanding of Tawheed. This is the essence of our religion. This is what differentiates us between the Christians and everyone else.
Yeah, right.
We don't make association with the Creator.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Kitab al-Tawheed by Sheikh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab is an excellent book. Kitab al-Tawheed, really good book. Another book that I really enjoy is Sharh Sunnah by Sheikh al-Babahari. It's an old book, and it's a book of Aqidah.
Okay.
And I mean, it covers almost, just any question that you could really come up with. It touches on it. And the beauty of it is it gives you the dalil. See, it's not just a book where someone is just telling you things, but the evidence is for what's being said, and that's paramount. You have to have references for what for what you say.
Yeah, of course.
You just say something. And, where'd you get that from?
Yeah, right.
Well,
Yeah, of course.
So,
well,
excellent books.
Brother, I certainly appreciate it. Unfortunately, the time is up for this episode, although we may have time to read a couple of Facebook comments. We did post on Facebook. They'll get that on the screen now, inshallah. Brother, I look forward to having you on Turning Point, which is a program that tells about our stories to Islam, as far as including Let's Talk as well, because you really truly do have an interesting story, and it benefits not only non-Muslim people, but also Muslim people who are not really practicing, because it raises their faith to see people from different places in the world accepting Islam and leaving their lifestyle behind. So I definitely think that's important. Brother, like I said, Brother Abu Abdul Rahman, we have the Facebook questions here. Let me just go ahead and read them off. We have here, Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Who is your favorite presenter on Huda TV? That was actually last week. We got a lot of positive feedback. Of course, the number one answer is Dr. Muhammad Salah always, which is he's a host of Ask Huda, as you know. We have a lot of comments from all our brothers and sisters here, a lot of them from Nigeria, from the UAE. We have Habiba Kabir. I love every presenter at Huda TV, especially Dr. Muhammad Salah, Sheikh Luqman, Mu'tasim, and all the rest. Of course, Sheikh Zainuddin Johnson as well, Imam Kareem Abu Zaid. And look at this, Brother Malik and Brother Osama, very good. Thank you very much. You guys continue to post on Facebook. We certainly appreciate it. Brother Abu Abdul Rahman, I look forward to seeing you again in the future, inshallah.
I appreciate it.
We have Brother Muhammad again. Brother Muhammad, how are you, brother? Assalamu alaikum, Brother Muhammad.
Yes, alaikum salam.
Brother, repeat after me, inshallah, okay?
Yeah, okay, okay.
Okay. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah.
Wa ashhadu Muhammad Rasulullah.
Muhammad Rasulullah.
Barakallah feek, brother. Thank you, brother. Now, may Allah, takbir, may Allah bless you,
Allahu
Akhi.
Akbar.
Please, let's repeat it one more time, brother, to make sure you're confirmed in it. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
Wa ashhadu Muhammad Rasulullah.
Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah.
And let's say it in English, okay? Let's say it in English. I bear witness.
Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah.
Okay, we can say it in English too. I bear witness.
Sorry.
But let's say in English with me. I bear witness.
Okay. Sorry.
Repeat after me again. I bear witness
I bear witness.
that there is only one God.
I bear witness.
That there is only one God.
Only one God.
And I bear witness
I bear one God. I bear witness.
that Muhammad is his messenger.
This is Muhammad messenger.
Takbir Allah, Allahu Akbar. Brother, thank you so much. May Allah bless you in your path to Islam. I want you to give your phone number to the brothers in the control room, and so we can follow up with you and give you any kind of materials that you need, brother. Brother, where are you calling from? Kenya?
No, I'm calling from Mauritania.
Oh, you're calling from Mauritania. Okay, great, brother. Well, you should have a lot of references there, brother, to help you with. We certainly, may Allah bless you, brother, and for accepting Islam. It's perhaps, brother Abdul Quran, can you give him a positive word as well and congratulate him?
Oh, definitely congratulations. This is definitely a ni'mah from Allah, and to be chosen for this. This is a beautiful thing. This is a blessing. This is definitely a blessing. Make sure that you learn your religion. Make sure that you study. It's very important that you gain knowledge and you study and you spend your time in study. Very important.
Did you get that? Okay, the line cut, but I'm very happy that we got the Shahada.
Nah.
And brother, you know what? When I'm by myself, nobody calls, and certainly no one takes the Shahada, okay? So but we're going to have you again because this was a great experience. I was very happy to share with you.
Barakallahu
And I'm really quite pleased at this.
Me too.
This is only the second time this has happened in my life. Previously, on the air, the line cut, and one time in my personal life, a brother did accept Islam. You guys at home, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Viewers Pulse. Allahu Akbar at home. You guys, subhanAllah, was a wonderful and amazing experience. I'm glad you guys shared it with me at home. So until next time, we leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum.